Hi, my name is Catherine. I'm a knitter living in the French Alps, and I share my knitting journey here on YouTube and also on Instagram. This is the first week that I am all alone at home. It has been a while since that has happened. My husband was home for a few months after an injury. He broke his Achilles tendon back in May, and since then he had been home. He had the whole operation, cast and everything, and it took a long time, but now he's better and he's back at work. This is his first day back. So I thought that maybe this week I could film a bit of my work and what's going on and everything. Just make a vlog and take you with me along the week. I'm actually working on a really exciting project. This is my first ever jumper design, and I am loving the fabric. I'm using 3 balls of yarn together. These are all maillot garn or maillot garn. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce the name of this brand, but I think it's French, so I suppose I would pronounce it the French way, maillot garn. Anyway, this is 2 strands of Tweed Supreme, which is a lovely, lovely tweed. It's quite soft. And then I have 1 strand of their pearl mohair. And again, it's really, really soft too. I really love these yarns. Since I discovered them a few months back, I am just in love with them. And so I wanted to create a really cozy, comfortable jumper, and I had this idea of a high turtleneck with interesting ribbing and with parts of the ribbing that go down into a raglan, because it's going to be a raglan construction, and the raglan stitches would go down, meet at the underarm, and then go down the body and merge into the ribbing at the end of the body. And this ribbon would be quite big, and I wanted to include some interesting details in the ribbing, and this interesting detail would also be included in the raglan. It's a bit complicated to explain without showing you, but this is where I'm at currently. I am near the end of the raglan, so I just hope I'm not going to lose any stitches while showing you this. It's not blocked or anything yet, it's still in construction. So this is the high ribbing, the high neckline. So you have this mix of 1x1 ribbing and also this nice 2x2 broken rib in the middle, in the front and also at the back. And this is the same stitch as the raglan stitches. And you can see that here you have these little twisted stitches that make these like V shapes. And this is the detail that will be included in the ribbing at the bottom of the body and also in the cuffs. And I didn't want to add them in the neckband because I thought that maybe it would be a bit too much. But I still wanted to add this detail somewhere in the top of the body, just to add a little reminder of that rib detail in the upper body section. As I said, I'm loving this fabric. It's quite lightweight, but it's very fluffy and squishy, and I did make some swatches and block those swatches, and the yarn blooms so much when you block it. It's gorgeous. So as I said, this is not blocked, but you can still see, I don't know if you can really see it on camera with the lighting and everything, it's a bit weird. Hello, focus, focus, focus. Oh, my head's in the way. Because the yarn is a tweed yarn, and I am also holding the tweed yarn with a lighter mohair, you get this really nice color. It's a soft tweed, I would say. I mean, the spackles of tweed aren't very intense in any way. They're still present, you can see them, but it's quite subtle and I just really love these colours together. Oh, I didn't say, I think if I'm not mistaken, I'll put the information down below or on the screen somewhere, but the colorways I'm using for the Tweed Supreme, I think this is oatmeal, if I'm correct, and this is linen, or maybe other way around. I think it's linen and oatmeal. And yeah, I think it's really, really nice. So I've made all the math, all the calculations to knit the jumper according to my measurements and the ease I want to give the garment and the sizing I want to make it. Everything's written down. I'm knitting my sample now, and I also am writing the pattern as I go. Then what scares me the most is grading. I think I'm going to have to contact a grader just to make sure that the grading is done correctly, because I am fairly new at pattern design and I do understand how the math works. I do understand what you need to calculate, how you're supposed to do the construction, everything and all of that, but I'm not sure about the grading and I don't want to get anything wrong, so I think I'm just gonna look for a grader, and it's not gonna get released in winter, is it? I don't know. I have no clue. This is my first jumper. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna see how it goes, knit the jumper, get the sample done, get the pattern written up, find a grader, get it graded. I call for testers on Instagram, so if you're interested, follow me there to get notified when the test knit is open. I'm not sure it will be open for long because it will all depend on how many applications I get. So yeah. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to work on today. Actually, I can knit while I'm talking. To be completely honest, I don't feel very well today. I don't know if it's because of the weather, because the weather is kind of gloomy and it's not very warm. I did put a fire on, but I don't know, I just don't feel very warm. I love autumn. I really do love autumn, and we have amazing colours this autumn. It's been years since we've had a beautiful autumn like this year. All of the trees are so beautiful. Orange, yellow, red. Oh, I love autumn. I've got a yawn in my mouth. We've had some rain. We've had, yeah, a horrible week. And I checked the weather and it's not supposed to change that much this week either, so I'm just gonna go with it. I did light a little candle, got myself a nice cup of tea, and the fire is on. I'm next to the fire. I was watching some YouTube podcasts and vlogs, and yeah, just getting cozy. And I got my cover. I've got my, oh, I haven't talked about my jumper. This is one of my recent finished projects. I'm going to talk about it in my next podcast episode. This is the Foxy Steps sweater by Rook Knits. No, wait. Narunga Rook. I think her name is Rook Knits, or it's Rook Knits. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling right now. I told you, my brain is kind of in a weird space. It's like, bleh. This is going to be fun to edit. I'm just rambling away. I will talk about it in more detail in my next podcast, but I ended up making it smaller than expected for some reason. I don't know what I did wrong. I did do a gauge swatch and calculated which size I had to knit according to my gauge swatch, but it just was a lot smaller than expected. I really wanted a lot more ease initially, but actually, now it's done and knitted up and I'm being able to wear it, I actually like it like this. In the end, it's a good mistake. I don't know if you can really say that in English, but yeah. I would have liked to have more ease, but I do like the length of the jumper and I do like the length of the sleeves, and Also, I did do a modification. The neck band, well, the neck is supposed to be a lot longer, and you have this like a wide neck that just falls down. But because my neck was tighter than expected, I just did a few centimeters of neck band. It's not really, well, yeah, it is a neck band, but I only knit a few centimeters instead of, I don't know, I can't remember the length you're supposed to knit, but it's a lot longer. And I just find it's like a small turtleneck, and I just think it goes well with the fit. Yeah. I used Drops yarn, and I can't remember the name. I think it's Puna, it's alpaca, and brushed silk alpaca held together. And I really enjoy, yeah, the feel and the fluffiness of the fabric. And yeah, I'm very happy with it, even if it has less ease than expected. Anyway, I have been rambling on for quite a while now. I think I'm just gonna continue knitting on my sample. I'm nearly at the end of the raglan increases that I'm supposed to do based on my calculations. Once I've done the number of increases that I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna block it. I don't know if I'm gonna wet block it or steam block it, but I'm gonna block it. I want the fit of this garment to be quite oversized, and I want to make sure that you have enough room at the underarm. And for that I need to block it just to make sure that my gauge hasn't changed between my gauge swatch and the actual knitting, which happens a lot with me because when I'm knitting on the project itself, I tend to knit looser. So I do have to take that into account and just double check the gauge and also, yeah, how it's gonna grow, because I think that this yarn does grow a little bit when it's blocked. It does bloom, and I think it's going to change quite a bit. Quick little fit check before blocking. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'm just going to put the yarn down. So it's not blocked. I think it's going to grow a little with blocking. So here's the little detail I was talking to you about here. Got these little twisted stitches that create these little arches. And this is the high neck ribbing. I've added some German short rows just to make the back a little bit higher, and so it's a bit more comfortable. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna block it now and see how it looks and fits once blocked. Life has been quite hectic these past few days. My daughter was sick, so she was home for a few days. Sorry for the echo if you can hear any echo. I've started tidying the house because it was a mess. It looked like a tornado had came through and just everything was everywhere. Didn't manage to film as much as I wanted. I wanted to film more knitting, explain a bit more what I was working on, etc. I have not been able to work on my pattern design at all since last time. I barely knitted. I only worked on the Get and Catch mittens that I started a few days ago. I think it was like a week or so. They were gift knit, so I put the footage in black and white because the color combination is a surprise. So the person I'm knitting them for knows that I'm knitting her these mittens, but yeah, I wanted to keep a little surprise, so I didn't tell her which colours I was going to use. Anyway, what I did manage to do these past few days is decorate for Halloween. We are going to have a little Halloween party at home, so I wanted to make everything like a witchy, spooky Halloween, if you know what I mean. So I found a few decorations and I also made a few with my daughter. But I can still already show you this cute mantelpiece. This was really, really easy to do. It's just branches I got from the garden and put them in a vase with some I can't remember the word now. I'll put the word because I can't remember it now. Yeah, just filled it with some stuff. And then we made these cute little ghosts. I saw these on Pinterest and I thought they were so, so cute. They're just tissue paper. You scrunch up some tissue paper to make the head. I attach the string around the ball of tissue paper. Then I put 2 more tissues on top of the ball. I made a little hole in the top. Come on, focus. It's not focusing. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I punched a hole through the top of the head to put the string through and just to make them dangle like this. And I also attached a string underneath the ball of tissue paper to make the little head. And then you just add some eyes with some felt tip pen and that's it. And then you just dangle them from the branches. And I found that so, so cute and it's really easy to make. Also, have a look at this. Why is my autofocus not working? Seriously. There you go. I put some ashes in a jar, made a little label on Canva and printed it out on some sticky paper and just stuck it on the jar, and I think it looks so cute. So here we have some phoenix ashes. This is so easy to make, and we also made a few little bottles with some paint inside and some water and with some different colors and made potions. This is mermaid tears, and so I still have to finish decorating the lids because it really looks kind of tacky and just like a jar. I want to make it more authentic. So in this jar we just put some food coloring and then I added some, I have this gold and also silver watercolor and I put a few in it, and if you shake it up you can see, but here you have the mermaid tears. Have a look at that, that is so cool. I think I could just spend hours watching this, having fun with this jar. Then we made another one. So this label I did not make, I just found it online and printed the image out on sticky paper. And this is Elixir of Life. This looks like a Heinz tomato ketchup label, I know. And plus it's red, it's kind of weird. But I'm gonna make it spookier, don't worry. So in this one I did put some glitter plus some gold watercolor. And this is what it's looking like when you shake it up. It's all glittery and moves also. That is so cool. Sorry for my autofocus. I don't know why it's a bit weird. And I'm sorry if the sound is kind of changing all the time because I'm moving away from the camera and back to the camera. And my microphone is on the camera. And it's not the best microphone there is. I'm gonna have to try and find myself one that sticks on yourself with like a magnet or something so I don't damage my knits. That would make things a lot easier. Anyway, this one was like a vinegar bottle that I rinsed out, and we put some green paint in this one, just simple green paint, and printed a snake venom label that I made on Canva. This one is an old oil bottle. We put some water and some dark red paint in it. You can't see the color of the liquid inside that much because the oil bottle was already like this dark green, but it's okay, you can still see there's some red inside. And so I printed this Griffin's Blood label on it. And what did I do? Oh, I also printed this because we're gonna like make a cocktail, a red cocktail, and put some fake spiders in it, and I printed this out. I don't know if you will be able to see with the reflection and the autofocus, which is not great today. I have no clue why. This is going to be the content of the cocktail. Witch's Brew, Potion of Infinite Mischief. Side effects may include strong craving for human flesh, intolerance to sunlight, and sudden death. Pure extract, extra quality, handcrafted under the witching hour. So yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday just creating these on Canva, and I was inspired by a lot of labels I saw on Pinterest, labels that do exist, so I did copy a bit of maybe the text, the style, etc. But it's for personal use, and I'm not going to sell it, and it's just for a Halloween party, so it's not too much of a problem. All the images I found were available on Canva for free, so it's super easy to make these kinds of stuff on Canva. It looks so good. I think I'm done rambling for now. I still have to do a lot of tidying up and cleaning because the house was a complete mess. So let's get started. So it's the end of the day now. I spent all morning cleaning the house and tidying up the house. It was well overdue, but it's so nice when it's done. I also managed to, sorry for the lighting, it's very, very dark today. Little update on my jumper pattern. So I'm going to have to continue knitting the raglan increases because I think it's too tight. It's not long enough, and so I'm just going to have to knit on that a bit more just to make it right. And I'll show you when that's done. For now, I think I'm just going to chill, put an episode of something on the TV and just continue on my kiss and catch mittens. So yeah.